Thank you, Jeremy.
It is now 7 o'clock on Thursday, June 10th, and we're going to go ahead and call together the, call to order the Alburnett City Council meeting for the month of June 1st. We will do our Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we will go with roll call here. Councilor Trump.
Present.
Councilor Rosenberg.
Present.
Councilor Suka.
Present.
Councilor West.
Present.
And myself, let the record reflect that we do have a quorum and are able to take care of some business, so. First thing we're going to do is actually skip down to the sheriff's report, since we do have someone, and.
Hi, I'm Deputy Menson. I'm newer, so bear with me. I've never done one of these before. So, what do you need from me? I have the report.
Yep. Typically, we just, they would just mention how many hours of service.
Okay.
How many calls, and ask if there's any questions for us to ask you.
Wow. Let me see here. Well, we met before 3 hours. I don't really know. It doesn't say exactly how many hours we put in. I don't know what it says here. Looks like we have put in our required hours. We met it.
Okay.
A few alarms, couple civil stuff. Sex registry checks were done and completed.
The report shows 23 calls for service.
Yep,
Does that
24,
sound accurate?
yeah, 24.
24?
Yep, 24 calls for service.
All right.
That's a lot, isn't it? For a month.
So-
We will be having, for you, we will be, part of the town will be shut down Saturday for
Okay.
a car show. So,
Okay,
everybody they should know that. but
okay, I'll make sure I make
Make
note
sure
of that.
everybody knows that there'll be alternate routes through town to get out.
What time is that car show at?
9 to 1.
9 to 1?
I'm sure
It's
the
9
roads
to
will be
1,
shut
but
down
we'll be
before
there
then.
about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Okay. Is it just the main roads here then?
Just Main Street out
Yeah.
here. Yep.
Okay. Any questions, I guess? Am I missing something?
That's all I had.
Okay.
So,
Seems like everything's been handled by the officers though. Nothing looks suspicious or you guys should be concerned.
All right.
Okay?
Thank
I'm
you
sure
very
that's what you
much.
wanna hear.
Appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. Thank
go
you.
be
everyone.
safe.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and back up to our approval of agenda. So I'm seeking a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor of approving tonight's agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next step here is citizen comments. How it works here is that we have two types of comments: agenda item comments and non-agenda items. So if you have something to speak to on the agenda, you can wait at that point in time, and then for non-agenda items, those are handled now or at the end.
Non-agenda item now.
Okay, so does anybody have any comments relating to non-agenda items.
Yes.
Okay.
So I am Cindy Golding, I'm your state representative. Here's a card for you guys. I'm here to give you an update and also ask questions about the legislation that has passed over the last 2 years and how it might have been beneficial or had a negative impact on Alburnett. One of the things that I really appreciate, 3 of my kids graduated from Alburnett. And when we had a lot of our school conversations in Des Moines, Alburnett was one of 7 schools in the entire state that met almost all of the things that legislation was trying to fix. So we didn't need to fix things at Alburnett. And I just celebrate that because I live in Alburnett School District and I could just brag on our school. So I want you guys to know that I took every opportunity in Des Moines to brag on Alburnett. But some of the things that I worked on, a lot of legislation happens, just so you guys know how this works, it won't go to the floor unless the majority leader thinks he has enough votes. So a lot of the stuff that we stop before it ever gets to the floor. So you guys don't get to see the public debate because there is no public debate. It happens in committee or in caucus. And so there's a lot of things that come up. The legislation is really to fix problems in Des Moines or Cedar Rapids or the Quad Cities or whatever. And those of us that represent small towns have to stand up and say, whoa, stop. Don't make a statewide rule because you don't like what they're doing. It's going to affect our towns. And so there was one, I called together a bunch of people. It was a last minute thing. They were bringing up the stormwater bill. Are you guys familiar with that? Stormwater and topsoil, and they were going to do a statewide limit on what cities could do with developers. Well, I see what happens over there off of Loggerhead Road, Edgewood Road now, and some of the stuff that was going on in Balo, and made a lot of noise. Out of 3 things I insisted on, we got 2 of them. So the bill passed, but it passed with 2 things, which still let cities have some say instead of just letting the developers do whatever they wanted to do. Cities still had some say and still had some ways to stop some of the damage. I don't think we have a problem like that here in Alburnett, but I know they have in some of the other towns in my district. So the other thing I have heard probably more about than anything else is real estate taxes. So I have a question for you guys. I have been speaking about it for 3 years that I would like to see assessments frozen, but then take the caps off that the state put on you guys last year, or 2 years ago, on the A10 levy and some other things they say you can't do. So towns and almost every town in my district got harmed by that because we have basically conservative city councils. And if you were conservative, this legislation was kind of a slap in the face that you can't do things. It was designed because there are across the state there are cities that haven't done what they're supposed to do, and we're abusing things. I would like to see a complete revamp of the real estate tax system. Take the limits off of you guys, freeze the assessments, and have some kind of cap, like 3% or CPI or something that you could raise it, but then that the people in the town could decide if they want to raise their taxes, that it shouldn't be at a state level. Because right now, the state requires the every 2-year reassessment. It's a state requirement. Well then, even if you hold a levy, everybody's taxes still go up. Even if the school district holds what they're doing, the taxes still go up. So I think that we need to get something in, but I would like to hear back from you guys, because you have to work with the numbers. And everybody's telling me, oh, we can't do it. Oh, well, yes, we can. We just have to figure out what the hurdles are and how we can get back to more local control. I don't think the state should be putting a cap on what the citizens in Alburnett want to do. Anyway, so I'd like your feedback.
Well, this isn't a time that we would be providing that feedback, certainly.
Oh, no, I want you to think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. exactly. So, but yeah, we appreciate you stopping by, and, yeah, if you do have questions for us, feel free to reach out to us.
Well, I called when we were dealing with the stormwater bill, so out of the 11 towns in my district, I think 6 of the city administrators and mayors were able to get together, because that bill was gonna come up on Monday, and so we did it like on a Thursday night or Friday, just so I knew what to do when I went back on Monday, and I came back with, you know, we're gonna kill it unless we get these things. So, but it was a last minute thing, because unless it's on a committee I serve on, I don't even know about it till it's coming up for a vote. So, the other thing I'd like to tell you guys is, you count on the League of Cities, but in Des Moines, they pretty much represent Cedar Rapids and Des Moines. So I would encourage our small communities to find some way to get representation. Because that League of Cities lobbyist is really active for the big cities. And I know that all of you guys are participants in League of Cities, and you count on them. And need to put a little pressure on saying, hey, represent your issues too, not just Cedar Rapids. So,
Thank
you
you.
guys have any questions for me?
Can you turn around?
Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything that you know happened that, or you'd like to see different?
No, we, not at this time. And if there are people that have questions at this table, we will reach out to you.
All righty.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of a last minute thing, because I thought if I didn't get here today, it wasn't gonna be until October. So,
Is there anyone else with non-agenda items? Go ahead.
I just came to introduce myself, and I brought cards as well. I'm Brandy Zombaha-Maishide, and I'm running for Lynn County Supervisor. And I don't have as much to share as Cindy did, except I'm born and raised from Coggan, Iowa. I have small town values. I believe in conservative, fiscally conservative leadership, and appreciate your support. That's all I got.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
And if you have any questions, let me know.
Okay, so, moving on to the, agenda items. They would speak on those upon,
Anything on the agenda that you can speak, 5 minutes right
right now? Okay, I thought it was as the items came up. Okay.
now. This is-
Any agenda related, agenda item related comments?
But if you want to say something, you have to say it now, because you can't say it when they bring it up.
Let's change the times. We just want to, change the operating times. I didn't get here in time to fill out my documentation for Gibby's Bar.
Okay.
So we're gonna change from his 4 o'clock to 2 o'clock AM. So we're closing the streets down all night, all day, all night. For
Okay.
benefit days.
For
Yeah.
benefit days.
Yep,
So instead of 4 o'clock, it'll be 2 AM.
yep.
So where are you closing the streets down at?
Just the same
Just
thing.
between,
Dave's shop,
What it
basically,
used to be.
Dave's shop all the way up to right here.
okay.
Yep. And they'll do this, it's just like the car show, basically.
Oh,
It should be exactly like the car show.
oh, okay.
So they'll go back behind Dave's shop around the shortcut and behind Lefty's. The Lefty's road will be open to get to Lefty's or Bud's now, and then, is it First or Third down on that end? We'll go around the Roosevelt to here or out west.
All right,
You're leaving
So
start time at 8 o'clock, or what?
For the,
Yeah, we'd be closing the road at, 8 AM.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
And so instead of 4 PM, it's going till
2 AM, right.
Have you spoke to the affected businesses?
Yes, we have.
On this, okay.
And you got security or anything like that?
We'll provide our own security and everything else, just like we done in the past.
You've got the
Insurance and
yeah.
security.
And insurance,
all that.
security, and all
We'll
that,
be
yeah.
providing all that, so.
Yep.
any other comments on agenda-related items? All right. On to the mayor's report, which is in the packet there.
Page 3.
So, just a couple things that the mayor wanted to bring to our attention. The budget was certified by the Lincoln County Auditor. There was an error on the long-term debt schedule that caused an under budget of $8,366 on the interest due for our GO bonds per the established schedule. Given the public options and hearings had already occurred, this could only be remedied by covering the difference from our fund balance next year. So, the basic thing is we had money there, it was just a matter of reallocating it to cover that, so there's a couple updates on the nuisance abatements. There are 3 properties there. Mentioned the hearings took place on April 30th. City received default judgment, and with clause the property owner is restrained from further violations on the same ordinance. Neither property owner has paid their respective court costs, and the city is pursuing action to show cause that both should be held in contempt of court order. So, a couple other things here. The FY24 financial exam and audit. During the main meeting, we discussed that we would have the state auditor perform an annual examination. They got back to us and said that they were too busy. So they will have to reach out to go out for RFP for a financial audit, and that's going to be covered a little more in depth on the July meeting. So, hiring and staffing updates. So, she has it in her report, but I'll actually turn it over to the committee members and let them talk a little bit about it at this point.
Well, I'll start with you. She vetted 9 candidates and we interviewed 6. We extended an offer to our top candidate and we've received a verbal acceptance of pending council approval. To be competitive, we are making a slight change in offering health care, which is not normally part of the part-time position. We have a group policy now. The insurance company has a little problem with having one person in our group policy, so making it 2 might be better. Mayor's also asking the council to retain our current part-time employee to help with the transition as our new clerk gets accustomed to the job.
For 4 months. Well,
Yeah.
what, September?
Yeah.
She'd been here a month, so it'd be another 3 months. And then that goes away.
Anything else you can see that we need to cover?
No, I think the original is,
I think we have a very good candidate that
Yeah.
may be offered too.
yeah, with that. And we were finding it kind of hard to replace somebody with part-time, if, they want to come in, they're gonna need insurance, and some people didn't, but then, they didn't have credentials and that, so therefore, that's the reason why we went out and offered her a little bit more, so. That's pretty much it.
I don't recall right off, but I think she'd be able to start in about another week or so after
Yeah.
we get some paperwork done.
She wanted to start Monday, but then I think the 24th is, because we do
Background
background checks.
checks.
Yeah,
So we gotta do
a
that.
little too quick of a turnaround for Thursday night council meeting, so. But, the other things that are mentioned in the report are just some compliments to Mac for his ability to step up and absorb some of the duties that have needed to be taken care of with our skeletal staff. And then Eileen has come along very well in her position in the month that she's been on board. So other notes on this report, just car show is this Saturday, June 15th. So coming out, and this is being put on by the Alburnett Fire Association and Lions Club. So thank you to those organizations there. Also, Lions Club is having a fundraiser at Short's Burgers in Marion on Wednesday, June 19th, from 5 to 8 to raise fund for senior scholarships. I don't know how that works, whether or not you have to mention to the server. Do you know?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it's 15% of everything they take in
All
that evening.
sales and that,
Right, and
okay.
divided between Alburnett and Tyville.
Good deal. Good deal, yeah.
Because they only do one club at a time.
True.
For the night, they only do the one club, so.
And it's good food. I've been down there, seems like every time they have that stuff. In fact, I have that day off, so I'll be there again. Next item of business here is the Public Works, so. Right.
Yeah, and I just had one thing to add to that, for the report. Yesterday afternoon, the DNR made a surprise inspection of our lagoon facility. We did receive a letter of non-compliance due to lack of mowing. Our affidavit operator reached out to Eric and reminded him of the expectations of mowing per the grazing agreement. And it needs to be, what the expectations are, mowed under 6 inches and maintained. I was told it was done today, but I haven't been out there to check on it, so, but I just wanted to let the council make them aware of it. Other than that, I don't have anything to add to the report.
Well, with all the rain that's been missing us lately, I think they'll have time to catch up. Fire department report from Chief Hoover. Want to speak to that at all?
I don't know what Chief Hoover sent you. But I can add, if he didn't put it in there, that our assistant chief had surgery and will have a long recuperation time. So we chose to elect an assistant, and our assistant chief is TJ here. And we also decided that something that I've been begging for, I wanted a captain for the fire side, because I'm the captain for EMS. And we chose Mark Powell to be our fire captain. He's hazmat certified, firefighter 2 certified, he's an instructor. A lot of information from that young man, so it'll be a good fit for us. We have a really good team at the moment, so this is good. And I don't know if Ron put that in there.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see that he provided us, so thank you for providing something.
Well, actually, I had to text him because he was in Minnesota when we did all this.
The only thing to piggyback on that is 131, our SUP medical vehicle is back. We got all the graphics and everything back today, so it's back in service.
Looks good.
New door and paint and the whole shebang, so.
Just can't have anything to do with Carlo. can you?
No,
Got the flames on the front,
Yep.
spinner or something.
exactly.
Good deal.
Don't park it on the sidewalk at the school.
No.
People back into it.
It's because they're swerving around those potholes.
Yeah.
That'll get fixed up. All right, is there a city clerk report here? No. Looks like there is a budget report in to the approval of consent agenda. In this, we have minutes from the previous month's meeting in May, cigarette license renewal for buds, and also the claims there. So, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So,
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes, and we are into new business. So, circling back to what you guys were talking about there, the special event permit for Benefit Day. So everything on here is accurate, with the exception of the 2 AM.
Correct.
Okay. So, what discussion do we have on this further than what we had previously?
Do you recall how far in advance the liability certificates is due? That, just sometime prior to the event?
I think so.
Okay.
I've already talked to Chris about my liability insurance, and she's working on it right now.
Okay.
So we're 2 months
You guys
ahead.
have done this enough, it's not gonna be a problem.
Right.
We just don't wanna have stubborn trouble on something like that.
Yeah, exactly. She was worried that you guys were gonna want it tonight, but like, we still got another, 2 meetings to go, so we're good.
Okay.
Just has to be 30 days before.
Right. Yeah, it'll be by next meeting.
I know.
Any further discussion or questions on it?
Do we need to go ahead and approve this now?
Yeah, we can't approve it unless you feel that it does need to hold off. Okay. So, seeking a motion to approve the special event permit for Benefit Day.
I move we accept the special event permit for, what are we calling it, fun days? With the change to the hours amended to 8 AM to 2 AM.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, so, what's that?
Go vote on it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So a motion on the table here to approve the application of the benefit days for August 3rd, the hours of 8 AM to 2 AM. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, so next one is resolution 2024-18, transfer of funds per the FY24 budget. So this is on page, this is on page 17 of the packet here. So this is just an ordinary transfer of city budget from one year to the next. And the items that are listed out there correspond to how the money would be moved from one schedule to the next. So, do we have any questions on that? Seeking a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2024-18, transfer of funds for FY24 budget.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All right. this is a roll call vote, so I'll go ahead and do that. So, Counselor Trump,
Aye.
Counselor Rosenberg,
Aye.
myself, Counselor Myers, aye. Counselor Soko,
Aye.
Counselor West.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes, resolution 2024-18 is adopted there. Resolution 2024-19, this is setting the employee wages here for Mac and Eileen, and does this also,
I don't believe so.
it doesn't cover our,
New person.
no, it doesn't, so, okay. So currently, right now Eileen is, she just started, and is it $24 an hour, is that what she is at?
Yeah.
Since she is a temporary employee, we'll go ahead and leave that. As is.
That's what, yeah, I think we can talk about it, I think that's what I would do, leave it at 24.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you. And Matt, different situation. Been in the position for a while, and he has done more than his share of heavy lifting, especially since the end of April. So, currently he is at 24 an hour. Pay range goes up to 30. Any suggestions, any discussion on what that wage should be?
Well, with I'm just gonna speak up then, with my thoughts. I was looking for maybe around $2 an hour, just to bump him up a little bit on that. So you're doing an excellent job, and we appreciate everything you've done. That's my opinion on what the rest of you guys think.
He's wearing a lot of hats.
Uh,
He's doing a lot of things.
He's doing a lot of stuff, yeah.
And a short period of time, good turnaround, so I think $2 is pretty fair. If that's what you want to do.
You know, I was looking at, I was looking at an 8% increase, that gets you to $25.92, there's $26. I think that's totally reasonable, the way things are going these days.
Yeah, and that also leaves a little bit of room for him to move up on the scale as he gains additional certifications. So, so are we thinking 26 then?
Yeah.
All right.
And then we'll leave Eileen at 24.
And obviously, since we are down a position, we have money in the budget to spend on personnel, so. I am seeking a motion for this, 2024-19.
I move we adopt resolution 2024-19 with the city maintenance wage of $26, city hall support at $24.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All right. All those in favor of, since she didn't have it listed as roll call, but we can do roll call just to cover our
Since it's a resolution.
posterior. So, yep, there we go. All right, roll call, Counselor Trump,
Aye.
Counselor Rosenberg,
Aye.
Counselor Myers, myself, aye. Counselor Sokol,
Aye.
okay. All in favor, and motion passes. Counselor West. Multitasking. No,
We're breaking in eventually.
They're not gonna let me do this next month, and I'll be happy. Counselor West.
Aye.
Okay. All right, so, resolution 2024-19 passes. So, setting a public hearing date for a rezoning request. This is for the Sherman property, and so, we're just looking to have that set up prior to next month's meeting. So, any further discussion on that?
What are we rezoning?
This is for the property that, that Dan Sherman is developing there, into.
Over here in the corner?
Yep.
As far as, do we have to, okay. So we need a public hearing date on that.
Mhm.
Which would be next, but next.
meeting.
Next normal meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do it prior to the normal meeting, or within the normal meeting. Any further discussions, questions? All right. Seeking a motion.
I move that we set the public hearing date for the rezoning request for July 11th, 2024 at 7 PM.
All right. And, second.
Second.
All right. All in favor of setting the public hearing date for rezoning for our July 11th meeting at 7 PM, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. All right, so it's SCADA system upgrade. This is on page, looks like page 20. And do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Is everybody familiar with the SCADA system is? It's our remote
Let's start at the beginning.
It's our
Scuba system, where are we done?
It's our remote monitoring system. It allows me to monitor the lift stations and the water tower levels, and if any alarms go off, they come to my phone, as well as I can control the system remotely, turn the pumps on, or if when we had all that rain, I can check the level of the lift station remotely from make sure it's keeping up, pumps are running. A month or two ago, we had the small lift station went down. It's no longer online, so I reached out to the company, and the software that we're running is obsolete. It ended its life in 2020. They said they reached out years back, but a lot of cities didn't do anything. As long as it was running, it's fine. But now, as they fail, they're recommending we upgrade the whole system. It currently runs on US Cellular's public IP network, so it's also a security risk that they want to get us on a private network and upgrade the modems and get it all modernized, new technology. The system we run currently, I think the technology's from 2009 or 2010, and technology changes so fast that it's obsolete now. So I gathered quotes from the company. LEC is the company. They're going to provide the hardware. The $13,479 is for all of the equipment, and then they partner with Tri-City Electric to do installation. They're their local installer for us because LEC is not a local company. I think they're down southern United States. So we're just looking to get. My recommendation is to get the whole system upgraded and on a secure network and back functioning again, because the small lift station is offline and the others have had frequent failures. They disconnect, reconnect, and once they go down, then I'll be blind to the system. I won't be able to know if alarm goes off until I come into the shop the next day.
Next thing,
Okay, so there are two options on here and quite a difference between the cost on the two. What is the difference on these?
Option one is to get the entire system modernized, new modems, all 4 sites, because so we have the small lift station, the main lift station, well house 3, and then the main system control at the shop. So that's to get them all with modern modems. Option 2 is to just fix the small lift station.
that's out by the
that-
railroad tracks.
Yes, that monitors, there's 3 houses on that side of the tracks that we have the lift station for.
And option one gives you better security.
And you're correct. And I guess they'll all be running on the same network. And-
Plus, I mean, all we're doing is playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
If we do
exactly.
option 2.
And in a month, the main system could go down and
Yeah.
be done,
Kind of fix.
unfixable.
And the installation cost was what, around $1,900, is that $1,925? Is that what I saw?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1925 is the
1925.
installation labor for wiring and so
Well,
on.
the explanation makes it a lot easier to understand.
It's been back and forth with them quite a bit, trying to, this is new to me too, the cellular networks and all that part of it, but I believe the system is valuable. Even last week I flushed fire hydrants and, I didn't realize how fast the water tower was coming down. I got an alarm on my phone that low water level, so I had to go turn the pumps on. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't have the
Yeah, going.
And this is the same company we've been dealing with?
same company, it's just upgrading the software.
Or-
All the accounts and everything will stay the same.
And you're right, they are based in Mississippi, so.
And if we do the one at a time, then you'd have 2 different apps or programs then, I'm assuming.
I didn't ask, but I would assume so, yeah,
Okay.
because we'll be running on different networks.
Right. Okay.
Is that the only bid we got, was them guys? Or is that,
Yeah, cause that's just the company that we have currently, and it was
that's
just
what we're.
updating the system.
Just update, okay, all right.
And Tri-City is their only partner locally that they use that's familiar with their equipment.
Have you talked to any other towns, gotten feedback with who they use or?
Not with who they use, I talked to Kenny and I mean, they use a similar system. I didn't ask who they use as a company. Unfortunately, technology doesn't last. I asked for longevity, I mean, obviously, he doesn't know what technology is gonna do, but he said an expected 10 years.
Yeah.
would be-
Have anyone heard, or previous city guy make any positive or negative comments about this system? I mean, I've never heard that there's a problem with it. I mean, it
Yeah.
works. Well, maybe it's just outdated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about the progress of technology. I mean, it's not a reflection of a company.
I don't remember any.
I don't remember a guy ever saying anything about it.
I know, I think we worked on, there was some questions on the lift station out there one time, I remember him talking about
About
that.
the remote on that?
Yeah, I think something like that, but I don't recall
I said, we
exactly
just
what
fix
it
the
was.
problem and move on.
Yeah. So, we ain't got much of a choice.
Right.
And we gotta get it up and running.
Yeah, I mean,
cost us more money if we don't.
Well, it also leaves us exposed if we don't.
I move we accept LEC's proposal for a new system for the,
Option one.
plus the installation. Option one, the amount of $13,479.76 plus $19.25 for installation.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor of the SCADA system upgrade using LEC's option one, along with the installation by Tri-City Electric, signify by approval by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, that is approved. And so, did they give you a timeline as to when they would be able to get that?
I did
Set
not,
up.
unless they wrote it in here, I could have missed it, but I did not get an
Okay.
exact date on when their availability is. I think it would just depend on how fast they can get the hardware shipped up here and everything that they need. And they'll provide remote support with Tri-City to get everything programmed and up and running.
All right, so last item here in new business is the quote for concrete work. And this is for the sidewalk approach for the flashing crosswalk sign and curb repairs. So just a couple things here. The flashing sidewalk sign is what we're talking about, a walkway from the school to the baseball field, across the street there. So we just need to get a build up there so that it can, so we can put the sign there and have a sidewalk there. Because the cost of that was so low, Dan put in there what it would cost to recurb the corner of Howard and Longworth, sort of, hey, while we're in the area, just to make sure that everything kind of got done with that. So the total amount there is $38.20, and but that's why those two were on there, just because it was such a small job.
So that Longworth and Howard, is that up by Brian Benson's house? I walk up there, what's the problem with, I mean, I don't know.
There's some curb damage from
That's
snow
fair.
removal.
Snow
A couple
removal,
broken
yeah.
Just to the curb, not the sidewalk itself,
Just
right?
at the intersection, just the curbs.
Okay,
A couple of them got broke.
all right.
So, any additional questions or discussion on that? Seeking a motion to accept the quote for concrete work from Dan Sherman.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, so, motion on the floor here to accept the quote for concrete work on the sidewalk approach for the flashing crosswalk sign and curb repairs on Howard and Longworth, on the bid from Dan Sherman. All those in favor of accepting signify by saying aye.
Yeah.
All opposed? All right, motion passes. And so we are on to old business here. FY '24 financial audit. Let's see here.
I didn't see anything in the packet.
Mhm.
Can we table that till next month?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
So we'll
Cindy, you might as well.
Huh?
Why did they tell you they couldn't do it? Because
They're
that's part
swamped.
of what they're supposed to do.
They're swamped, he said, I guess, is that's
So,
how I understood
Out
it.
Yeah.
Coggins council meeting, state wouldn't do it, they contacted 11 places, they got 1 callback, and Walker contacted 6 and got 0.
And
So-
we had
First private companies.
conversations in Des Moines this year about the auditor is required to do this. They can't just say they're busy. So,
Well, you
this,
know,
I'm finding this
So you might
very
call Brenda
interesting.
at Coggin and see who, they just
Okay.
accepted the only one they got on Tuesday.
You pay into that.
Required, and they can't do it. I love it.
Hard job, but I don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to hear this because there was a big debate about that, about what the auditor's job was that had to be done instead of other things that were being done. And his job is to do the audits. That's what his job is. I mean, that's what his office job, that's what his staff is, that's what they're tasked with. They're doing other things, not audits.
Every department has limits, I'm sure. All right, so we will table that to next month, which is August.
Be interesting to
Or
see
not
if
August, it's July.
Re-ask and then say you can't do it.
Summer's going fast, not that fast though. All right, then hiring update, we already spoke about this, back in the mayor's report. And so, and for the, and so what we will do is look at, ordinance, or resolution 2420, or 2024-20. It's not confusing at all. And that will be in regards to the hiring and appointment of a city clerk for the city here, so, and set the wage. So, I know this had been discussed previously in terms of what we were looking to do. Is there any further discussion on this?
Joe and I were on the hiring committee, so if he has any further questions, but we pretty much highly recommend.
I think
consider
she's
her. She's
our best qualified candidate.
Okay.
well-rounded, very transparent.
And pending background check could start
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, and that, I doubt that'll be a problem, so.
Any questions, anything to add? Counselor West?
Nope.
All right, so, seeking a motion to adopt resolution 2024-20.
Move. Go ahead.
Go.
Moved by West,
I move that we approve resolution 2024-20, hiring Vicky Kula at $24 an hour for the city clerk position.
and second,
Second.
okay. All right, this is a roll call vote. Counselor Trump,
Aye.
Counselor Rosenberg,
Aye.
Counselor Myers, aye. Counselor Soko,
Aye.
Counselor West,
Aye.
motion carries. So we will go ahead and extend the position to Vicky Kula as the city clerk for Alburnett and pending a background check.
She's already accepted it, just depending, background check.
Good deal. And so the last part is, so Eileen was originally resolution 2024-21. Eileen originally was going to be on board until we hired a clerk. So what we would like to do is actually look at extending her to her original availability, which was a full 4 months. Just so that Vicky has an opportunity to get her legs under her, and have somebody else in the office to assist as she learns. So, again, this isn't, it's not a competition, anything like that. Eileen is just, this would just provide Eileen the ability of working full 4 months if she chose, because otherwise, as previously stated, once we hired a clerk, then that was going to be the end of her employment, so. But, so any questions or discussion on that? Okay, seeking a motion to accept resolution 2024-21.
I'll move that we accept resolution 2024-21 to approve the retention of temporary city hall support staff through the entirety of the 4-month term.
Second,
Second.
rock, paper, scissors.
Go ahead.
All right. So, all those in favor of adopting resolution 2024-21, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. And that brings us to final comments.
Roll call on that. We did the roll call on the resolution prior to that.
Yeah, we probably should do a roll call on that.
Okay,
Let's back up and do that.
okay,
You do roll call for resolutions, period.
okay.
You do roll call on resolutions, period. All resolutions.
All right,
Sorry.
that's fine. Hey,
Hard to do all.
training wheels are on here, so.
I've been here longer than you, I guess.
That's okay. Time is all relative, knowledge is what's key. So,
Aye.
Sorry.
Counselor Trump, Counselor Dozenberg,
Aye.
We shouldn't probably have.
Counselor Myers, aye. Counselor Suko,
Aye.
Counselor West.
I just have them out.
And so the motion does pass and, oh, where were we just a minute ago? The final comments, so I'll go around the table. Does anybody have, Counselor Trump, do you have anything?
Pleased that we've got, new city clerk in line. I think we've gotten along pretty good through the transition. We haven't had any big fires, so it's been a relatively painless transition.
Mayor hasn't shut off her phone and moved across the country, so
No.
yeah, we've held up. Counselor Rosenberg?
Nope, just thank the mayor for everything she's done, and thank Matt for stepping in, and me and clerk, well, we were without one. Doing double duty, so.
Along with that, I will say definitely thank you to Mayor and everything that she has done to keep the lights on, keep the bills paid, and to Mac, who in addition to wearing additional hats, has been changing diapers in this process and missing out on sleep.
Really bad one too.
So yeah, it's rough. The days just kind of blend into each other. You're just sort of at 80% alertness at all times, at best. So, Councilor Suko?
Thanks to Mac, to just reiterate it, for everything you've done. Again, it was super short notice, you helped us in a pickle, so thanks for stepping up. I we've learned a lot, you've learned a lot, so thank you for continuing to accept roles that you didn't know you were going to. And then just to the guys who are on the hiring committee for taking time out of your lives to do that. So hopefully we'll get somebody in here and get them trained pretty quick. So thank you.
Counselor West?
You guys already said everything, so I'm good to go.
All right, next meeting is going to be Thursday, July 11th, 2024, 7 PM. Also, that will be the public hearing for the rezoning for the Dan Sherman property development there. So, last thing here, seeking a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I got a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There we go. Motion,
Thank you for coming.
or
Thank
the
you.
meeting
I can
is
make-
adjourned.
You can call if there's